Alright, this is the second follow-up tutorial to my basics one I just did. So in the last one I showed you how to get it going faster, and a couple little teasers, stuff you can do with it. So in this tutorial I'll go into how to do a couple of those. For tosses, really all you're doing is taking the sticks and spreading them apart. And then you just catch the Diablo. Because the string dips down, and when you pull them apart, you don't even have to lift them up. You don't just lift them up, because that would do all kinds of weird stuff. You pull them apart, and if you're throwing really high, you lift them up at the same time, but just to get it kind of, you just do a little bop out, and it'll pull the string up, pay attention to the Diablo will come up, and you just kind of maneuver your strings. If you have decent depth perception, hopefully you'll be able to gauge where to put them, and just kind of catch it, and continue on your method of it spinning. That's a pretty simple thing once you actually to really do. Like, you don't really have to practice it too much. It's just kind of getting a feel for where your sticks are in relation to the Diablo. But when you throw it really high, something you're going to want to do is, since on my Diablo right now, I'm spinning it to my counterclockwise, the right side's coming up, the right side is coming up, and the left side, my left, is going down. This side is going down, and this side is spinning upwards. And so when I throw it really high, what I'm going to want to do is point my sticks like this. So it's diagonal. The string doesn't come perfectly level, it comes down at an angle. The rule of thumb is just to point your right stick at the middle of the Diablo and just catch it from there, because that reduces the spin it loses when it hits the strings. Because if it hits it just a horizontal string with all that speed, if it's thrown up really high, it'll lose a lot of its spin. And I mean, usually it's always almost always salvageable, but it's a lot of a hassle to get it going again. What else can you can also, a little trick is to throw it up and around, and that little thing is called a trapeez. I'll try and get a good angle so you can see. So what you're doing is you're taking the Diablo and so these are your sticks, right? You take this, it comes up, around these two, and down. Oh, let's see if I can get a better backdrop here. These are your sticks, it's spinning, you're pulling it with this one, is coming up and down. It really doesn't matter which hand you're pulling with. What you do is you take it, it comes up and wraps around one of the sticks and lands down in the middle. So it'll stay in the middle here. So it's wrapped around right here, and this is resting on this. And the way to get it out of that is just to pop it back up, it'll wrap back around and come back down. So it never really leaves its nice little cradle in the string, it just kind of moves it, wraps it around. The trick to doing that is to not let the Diablo go over in front and wrap around like this. That was a bad example. To not let the Diablo come up and in front of the string, of the sticks, and then it just creates a nice little knot around the Diablo. It's rather annoying, and you have to like do a weird little twist with your sticks, and like your right hand's then on your left, and that's annoying. So you want to make sure that it comes up and it comes around the stick, and it doesn't slip off or anything. So you can do that on either side, and it's relatively easy. You want to have your Diablo going nice and fast because you don't want to have it stop. I mean, if you're new, it's probably going to stop anyway, but you know, it's a hassle. If you can stop it, might as well. I don't know if you can see that one. That was pretty close up to the camera. keep forgetting to step back, but oops. Yeah. What else could I show you? Also, the basic stick grind. You take the Diablo, you get it going nice and fast. This is a really important part because this thing will gonna want to slide off to either side if he gets a chance, so get it going plenty fast. And what you do with this one is you toss it up and you catch it on the stick. And that was a really bad example. What's supposed to happen and what can easily happen is that you toss it up and it catches on the stick, and then you kind of balance it on there for a second, and you have the other stick and you just let it fall back onto the board, and you cradle it and continue on your merry way. So there's really no easy way to, or no tricks to that, other than that it is a trick, but there's nothing really I could tell you other than just kind of go for it and get the feel for it. I'm still really not that great at it, as you can see. I didn't catch it, but I've done it. I guess I could try as I finish up this, conclude this tutorial, but yeah, that's about it. Just kind of go for a lot of these things. They're just, you gotta go for it. There's no preparation like poi if you're doing, you know, butterfly weave or whatever. I did a tutorial on that. There's no like practice doing one hand at a time and bringing it in and out and in and out. No, this is only one little Diablo. There's not two hands swinging around you. So a lot of these things you just gotta kind of go for. Just an explanation on where the string goes. Just like that. So have fun, give those things a try, and that's it.